Back to Besa starts right now on Fox 13.
Welcome to another episode of Back to Besa. I'm your host, Besa Gordon, and as usual, we have a lot to talk about today. This week on Back to Besa, we're giving back to our community as we recap what went down at Seattle Seahawks Geno Smith's annual turkey giveaway in the Central District. Trey Simmons and Jebediah Gardner's community give back in Skyway. We highlight the emergency feeding program as I join them to feed the unhoused in Occidental Park. We head over to the Trap Kitchen in Portland for their annual Feed Our Community event. We have a serious conversation about the gun violence that has been taking place in the Central District. It's the third Thursday of the month, so we're joined by our friends from Traveling While Black. We relive Bill 206's 10-year anniversary event. We head over to Tajwera for Rajani Eden's poetry reading. Plus, we highlight Pacific Northwest Ballet's Destiny Wimpy for Youth Unfiltered. Let's jump right into it. Today, we're kicking off the show with our Backstage Pass powered by Quantum Fiber. Tuesday marked Geno Smith's second annual turkey giveaway in the Central District, where he teamed up with Jerk Shack Kitchen and the 7 Sunday Heroes Foundation to give out 212 turkeys, along with other food and household items. Check out how it all went down.
You can carry that? You can carry that for the fam? There you go, big brother. Yeah, strong. There you go, there you go. I'm out here, man, just giving back to the community, a community that means everything to me. Seattle, man, y'all embrace me. As you know, we got a game coming up on Thursday. We're preparing, we're getting ready, but it's never enough time to just step out here and do what I need to do for the people, man. It's a great city. The 12s are always live, man. We appreciate you guys.
Tonight we have a turkey giveaway with Seattle Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith here at the Jerk Shack Kitchen. And last year we had the first annual. This is the second annual, and we gave away 112 turkeys last year. This year we're doing 212 turkeys plus sides. When I was younger, I remember having to go to turkey giveaways and get turkeys and sides and to make a good Thanksgiving. And this is something that I was a recipient of, and it's something that we have to do for our community.
You don't have to have a full bank account. You don't have to own your own house. You don't have to have a car. You don't have to live in your perfect apartment. You just have to want to give back. And that's what's needed. There are so many ways that we can give back to our community, and there's so many people that need that help. So many people need clothes, they need food, they need toiletries. So if you feel like you want to give back and you're not giving back because you feel like you're not where you want to be, you never know. You might catch a blessing by giving back to the community.
Takia, she is an amazing artist, and I asked her to be able to custom paint some cleats for Geno so that we can do a raffle. And Geno provided the cleats, and she did a bang up job. Like she's awesome. She did Russell's when he was here. And I said, well, why wouldn't she do, Geno's?
So, special project here. We got to make some custom cleats for Seattle Seahawk Geno Smith. He wanted something to represent the organization that he works with, 7 Sunday Heroes. And so we had a couple days to get this done in time for today's event, and I'm super excited with how this project turned out. Something about a quick timeline that really just, lights the fire. And so I think we were able to accomplish what needed to be done and a little bit more, as we like to do here at the Resold 206.
Oh, these are sweet.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I've been customizing for 20 years.
20 years, you can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell the details are
the
there.
store, so we're looking to, bring the art to the people.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it. I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so 7 Sunday Heroes, man, we actually host people from the inner city at every single Seahawks game. Been doing that since I was a rookie in New York, so just really connecting with the people, and it's just important to me. My family's big on philanthropy, so it's important for me to get out and be amongst the people. Seeing great smiles out here is important, man. I love it.
Yes, there is always more. There's always more that we can always do. There's always more that I can do. I do this for my family, and what I mean by my family is my immediate family and my community. If I take care of my community is going to take care of my family. Like I said, we don't do it for ourselves, nobody else is going to do it for us.
Another, beautiful event full of beautiful people. 7 Sunday Heroes hosting this event. We're just all about the community, all about the people, all about the 12s, and we love you guys, so anything we can do to help.
Shout out to Geno Smith for continuing to serve our community on and off the field. Also, did you see the shoes my good sis T-Dub made him? Absolutely epic. If you need your shoes cleaned or designed, pull up to Resole on Union. And if you need some good Jamaican food, head over to Jerk Shack Kitchen. It's right next to Resole. And to learn more about 7 Sunday Heroes, head over to 7sundayheroes.org. Now off to Skyway, where the giving continued. You may remember real estate mogul Jebediah Gardner in episode 1 of Back2Besa, where we told his story of going from rags to riches. Well, today we're talking about how he teamed up with Trey Simmons and the Emergency Feeding Program, along with A for Apple Learning Center, for a turkey giveaway over in the Skyway neighborhood. Let's check it out.
When you come from a place where you've experienced food insecurity and housing insecurity, you know, you relate to the people, you know what they go through. Waking up hungry is never a fun activity, you know, and so if I'm able to be in a position where I can help somebody else not have to wake up hungry, especially for the holidays, and you know, that's what I'm gonna do. Amazing day today, November 19th, food drive, sponsored by Emergency Feeding Program, Gardner Global, A for Apple. A lot of folks came together to feed the community and give away much needed family items. Our economic market has created a scenario where there's folks in our community who, you know, get left to the sidelines. So we want to just do as much as we can to let those folks know that you know, we're here to help wherever we can and hopefully make their holidays a little bit more special. The community in Skyway is a community that I think has been neglected for several years, and we invested in Skyway last year by buying this property. We want to make sure that we're doing all we can to continue that investment. Last year we had over 300 families that came by and we gave out 300 boxes of food and turkeys. And so we're hoping that this year we brought 400 turkeys thanks to the Emergency Feed Program and Trey Simmons, who reached out. They're the folks who are providing the food for the community, so I want to make sure that they get their love. But we're hoping to serve, you know, a little over 400 people.
It's great to be able to serve the community. We've been, as I said, you know, the emergency feeding has been around for over 45 years. We're the only African American organization that's sustained itself for this long. So it's exciting for us to be able to help out so many families. Personally, you know, it is so enriching for me, because as I grown up in this community and I've seen people come and go, and I've shared in some of these events myself, it is such a blessing for me to be able to be out here and do what people have done for us for so many years in this community.
Today we're here at the second annual Give Back to the community, giving away household items, new books, new coats, new socks, taking the burden off of families during this holiday season. It's important to continue to build community and let people know that we're here to support them in the time of need, and it's always a good thing to give back to your community. So A for Apple's here. I was raised by a single mom. She never made her issues or struggles ours. She made sure that we always had a smile on our faces during the holiday season, even when times were tough. So me showing my face, giving back to the community is a must.
We're always looking for community outreach to do in the areas and stuff, and this one popped up. So again, here we are back again. And Bugs' wife is friends with one of the gals.
Yeah, we have a good relationship with Carly Burke. We've worked with her quite a bit. We've done a lot of different donation and charitable events with her. This is our second annual doing this with the Emergency Feeding Program. We did it last year as well. We plan on continuing to do it as long as she's a part of it and as long as this is going on.
Most MCs came from communities. They grew up together. And then this is where we just kind of like, I guess we kind of flowed to, you know? It's kind of.
When you come from nothing and you have the opportunity to at least donate your time to give back to something, then that's what you're gonna do, right? No matter what, that's what you're gonna do. This just happens to be the one that fits based on where it's at, location, and who we know and who we're helping down there. That's a big deal.
One thing that's interesting is, you know, we're not doing this for no reason at all. We're not doing this for publicity reasons. We're doing this because we're going to develop this property into a 200 to 400 unit housing, complex, and over half of that is going to be affordable. So this is going to be a spot where we want to look back 10 years from now and say we're still doing the turkey giveaway, except we got housing. We have housing on this property that's not only just feeding people, we're also going to house people down the road. So we want people to know that this property is not going to look like this forever. We have a vision. We're going to collaborate with some amazing community people to make that vision happen. So we're looking at housing. We're looking at spaces for small businesses. And we're looking at investing in Skyway. That's what we're looking at. We live in a very resourceful city in Seattle, Washington. There's no shortage of resources, you know what I mean? So I don't have the resources that most of our counterparts do in my business, but that doesn't mean I still can't give back. So hopefully we're an example for other developers and other real estate professionals to step up and give back where they can.
Shout out to everyone who pulled up for the community give back, where they passed out 400 turkeys, clothes, toiletries, and more. Like I said, this week's episode is all about giving back, and we have so many more to highlight in this show. We're off to our very first commercial break, but when we come back, we're continuing our give back and heading to Occidental Park to feed the unhoused with emergency feeding program, and we head back to the Trap Kitchen in Portland to feed the community.
Look around. What do you see? You see our perseverance. You see our history, our joy. You see us guiding all that is culture and giving the whole world its sense of cool, an unwavering, an unapologetic, an unbothered sense of cool. With us, everything is wrapped in love. Here we celebrate, because here, Black is forever. Make this Black Friday, Black Friday.
A big day here at Lumen Field. Throws it over the top. Metcalf. Touchdown. Seahawks. And it is picked off. The fans are in the stands. They've got their towels. Walker gets the handoff. He goes in untouched. Dalton gets hit in the backfield. He goes down. Keep bringing it, 12. Keep bringing it. The Seahawks win the game.
A world of wonder awaits at Pacific Northwest Ballet's The Nutcracker. Treat your loved ones to the Northwest's favorite holiday tradition at Seattle Center's McCall Hall. Visit pnb.org.
You on my mind a lot, don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up. Break you in then break you out. In the end we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2 we don't need no pause. Here with Misty we gon' get tipsy. Don't need a power shot.
Copy my steel. Face the fact that. Copy my steel. Face the fact that.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, and the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
Move-in is more than just a ride. Move-in is redefining rideshare. No surge pricing means everyday affordable rides. Happy drivers means everyday happy customers.
Welcome back to Back2Besa. Recently, I went down to Occidental Park in Pioneer Square for the Emergency Feeding Program's Community Give Back. It was truly a rewarding moment to give back to our community. Check out what went down. Hey guys, Besa Gordon here. Right now we're at Occidental Park and I'm standing here with Dr. Hampton. Dr. Hampton, please let everyone know what's going on today.
Well, this is absolutely amazing, Besa. We've been down here, 32 years, been down here on the streets, feeding here in Pioneer Square, Occidental Park. What's going down here, we've fed as many as 114 people in 1 hour, and they're getting quality food. It's amazing. So people that are homeless, people that are hungry, people that are hopeless, no one is turned away. Basically, we're dealing with people that's dealing with food insecurities. You know, it started years and years ago, back in 1991, came down here, 1991, as I stated, Pioneer Square. I knew there was a need to feed people and just had a heart to go feed. And then as years go by, here I started partnering with different organizations with the emergency feeding program, as you can see behind us, the emergency feeding program, doing great stuff. So 3 years ago, we started what you call the SOS program with emergency feeding program through partnership. And it just keeps growing and growing and growing. We currently have almost 18 locations where we can feed at.
Now, just out of curiosity, say someone feels like, oh, you know, I don't have a lot, but I want to help. Like, let people know how they can definitely still get involved.
You know, people can definitely get involved in helping us. We're here every single Thursday. They can go to the website, emergencyfeeding.org. They can make a donation right there. Or they can just meet us here on a Thursday, and they can come down here. We're here at 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock every single Thursday. They come and volunteer.
Nice. So Seattle is all about giving, right? But what really makes the emergency feeding program stand out amongst the rest?
The emergency feeding program stands out. Been going for 46 years. 46 years emergency feeding program. So you asked me a question, Besa, what makes the emergency feeding program stand out? Here it is, real simple. We serve with our palms down and not our palms up. With our palms down, not our palms up. What makes it different? Because we're going to where people are at. We're not waiting for people to come to us to feed. We're taking, as you can see, we're standing here, Occidental Park. We're bringing in the food where people are at. If they're sleeping in a tent, they're sleeping in a cardboard box, people coming out of alleyways, people coming out of the streets, it really doesn't matter. So you ask the question, what makes difference? I can say it in one word, Besa. We're serving with our palms down and not our palms up, and we're making a difference here at the emergency feeding program.
So before I let you go, is there anything else that you want the public to know about what you were doing with the emergency feeding program, SOS, or anything else?
Well, here with the SOS program, which is under emergency feeding program, what I want people to really understand is that our locations are growing bigger than what we are with volunteers. We need people to volunteer. We need people to come out and help. Either their time, their talent, or their treasure. Time, talent, or treasure. So we have up to 18 locations, but not enough people to serve at. And it really takes people with passion to come out and serve people on the streets and in the alleys. As a matter of fact, Besa, we're growing so much. I ask people, they say, why should I come out there? What type of people are out here? I say, you know, in all of our families, we have someone that is struggling with something to eat, someone on alcohol, someone on drugs. It's so much important. I believe that God never throws nobody away. And so this is what makes emergency feeding program different, because we never turn nobody away and we're feeding where people are at.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Hampton. The emergency feeding program's mission is to provide a nutritional response to people in need throughout King County, and they distribute over 600,000 meals per year. To learn more about EFP, head over to emergencyfeeding.org. For this week's Northwest Connect, we're heading back to the Trap Kitchen in Portland, Oregon for this year's Feed Our Community holiday event, where they provided meals for over 150 people, as well as turkey and holiday essentials for over 50 families in need. Check out how it all went down in the Rose City.
Whatever position you're in life, you know, you always got to reach back and be able to reach back to the roots of where you come from and show people that it's possible. And, you know, when you're elevating and you're growing, you know what I mean, to always remember where you came from and to always look out for the people that look out for you. Yo, it's Mikey Vegas from Trap Kitchen PDX. Today we're feeding the community. It's our 3rd annual turkey drive this year, provided by Ron Sloyd, Cool Nuts, Trap Kitchen, 107.5 in the Northwest Breakout Show. We're able to give back to the community that supports us so much. It's definitely something that's needed in the location where we're at, downtown Portland. We're always striving to, you know, help our people achieve more. What we stand for is, you know, take risks and prosper, man. So we're taking risks and we're prospering. We are the community, you know, we are the culture. We are, you know, we are the people, you know what I mean? We just try to stay rooted in the community. As the brand grows and gets bigger, we just try to stay connected to the community and the people that's always supported us. I want everybody to have, like, some people aren't gonna even get meals this year, so this might be their holiday meal. We didn't want to give them the you know, out the can situation. We want to make sure everything was cooked with love and integrity and kept the brand intact while doing it.
What's up, y'all? It's your guy Cool Nuts here, Trap Kitchen PDX, the Roseland Theater. You got a great view into our efforts of our Feed the Community and Turkey Giveaway, courtesy of Ron Sloyd, Jammin' 107.5, Soccer Ballin', Profit and Loss, and so many other entities that came together to bring all this together. Great food, great people, and great community efforts. Big shout out to everybody here at Converge, y'all. We're gonna keep it pushing. Stay tuned.
Shout out to Mikey Vegas, Cool Nuts, Christopher Lambert, S. Loyal, Cream & Co., The Cup, Kevin Moffitt, Chef Spank, Chef News, Chef Sean, Chef Deers, and so many more who were on the scene to assist in distributing meals and supplies to the community. We're off to another commercial break, but when we come back, we're heading back to Seattle to have a serious conversation about the gun violence that has been taking place in the Central District. You're watching Back to Besa. Welcome back to Besa. Although we try to keep things upbeat on the show, we always have to talk about the real things that are happening in and around our city. As of late, the crime in the Central District has taken an uptick, and there was a community gathering to talk about it last week at Black Coffee Northwest on 23rd and Jackson. Check out what our community had to say.
It's our responsibility to fix the things that gone wrong in our community. We watched when they vandalized Black Coffee Northwest out in the shoreline, and Brothers Keepers came running. We stood out there. We came out there because we understood what the circumstances were. We understood that Black business ownership means something to us in our growth and our development as a community. Not just as an individual, but as a community. And if the community can't grow, individually, we all die.
Today we are at Black Coffee for the Community Voices event. It's an opportunity for people in the community, no matter your position, to be able to voice your opinions and hear from various individuals about what is going on in our communities and how we can be a part of the solution. So that's what I'm here for, representing Resol 206, letting people know that I'm here. I want to be a fixture in the community. I want to be a part of those conversations. I want to be a part of activating in ways that protect our communities, protect our families, and protect our children. You wouldn't let somebody come in your house and act any kind of way, So don't let people come in your neighborhood and act any kind of way. That's how we have to treat this situation. This is our home. This is our house.
There's a lot of things that's happening that's not productive and not on track to the safety goal. And so we have all these businesses and people in the community that's coming here to really have some good discussion and have a collaborative discussion about how we can help get this place on track for safety.
I was told word of mouth that we're meeting at Black Coffee, and I was meeting other local business folks, but then it made sense once I was here that it's the call to action of the gun violence going on, violence period, having enough or not having enough support. And why are we still buying into gentrification? Why are we still being fearful and moving out, closing our businesses? Why are we attacking ourselves? Why are we not feeling supported by the big organizations when we're in the backyard of big tech? Seattle is one of those places that paves the way for the rest of the country. But then internally, we're struggling with each other, especially in our Black communities.
There's been shootings in this parking. There's been at least 4 or 5 deaths in this parking lot. You know what I mean? I can easily say I'm suing. But I'm for community. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, come on. I shouldn't even have to worry about bulletproof windows for my child care when I'm just trying to provide good quality care and provide a safe haven for children.
Hearing that someone didn't have to be accountable for their space, you're gonna hold the community accountable. You're gonna actually hold the people accountable who owns this parking lot. They're a part of the community. They neglected this space, and they're part of the solution if they listen to the rest of the community what we need. There's so many businesses housed on their property, especially Black businesses and Black women-led businesses at that. Come on, be about community. We need you.
In case you didn't make it to this month's gun violence meeting, there's another one next month on December 12th over at Washington Hall. But this one is going to be all about creating space for our youth to speak their minds, and I'm totally here for it. We're off to another commercial break, but before we go, I want to share with you a spoken word performance by Seattle poet Chelsea Richardson called Still Golden. And when we come back, we are recapping Build 206's 10-year anniversary, and we head over to Tazwera as poet Rajani Edens hosted a poetry reading. You're watching Back to Besa.
I say to you, community, let's take up space. We weren't supposed to make it through the vast Atlantic or back to the door of no return. So shine like the gold in our skin and the first porch light ever lit, 'cause we lit and we stay lit. It is with love that everything we touch is ablaze with brilliance. We made jazz and had the blues so hard we're still nodding our heads, but this time we sampled What a Wonderful World. What a way to escape the pain and revel in joy. To the Marsha P. Johnsons who woke up our pride. To the Jimi Hendrix who burned his guitar. For the tennis-playing sisters, for those who didn't make it. And I promise not to fake it. We still want our 40 acres, a mule, and reparations. To the barbers and stylists who still carry on tradition. For the laughter through the tough times, the dead and the living that we hold sacred. To be a people who built empires out of sticks and stones and turned the names they called us into songs. We are still here.
Look around. What do you see? You see our perseverance. You see our history, our joy. You see us guiding all that is culture and giving the whole world its sense of cool, an unwavering, an unapologetic, an unbothered sense of cool. With us, everything is wrapped in love. Here we celebrate, because here, Black is forever. Make this Black Friday, Black Black Friday.
A world of wonder awaits at Pacific Northwest Ballet's The Nutcracker. Treat your loved ones to the Northwest's favorite holiday tradition at Seattle Center's McCall Hall. Visit pnb.org.
One in every 500 African Americans in the U.S. suffers from sickle cell disease. 1 in 3 African American blood donors is a match for patients with sickle cell. 1 appointment to donate blood with the American Red Cross can help save a life. Will you be that one? Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood today to schedule an appointment at a location near you.
You on my mind a lot, don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You seem like the barging down, got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch, might wake the neighbors up. Break you in then break you out. In the end we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the show. Part 2 we don't need no pause. You miss me, we gon' get tipsy, don't need a power shot.
Copy my steel, face the fact that. Copy my steel, face the fact that.
Welcome back to Besa. Last Saturday, Build 206 celebrated its 10-year anniversary as everyone came together to eat good food, awards were passed out, and the community took to the mic to talk about how they have been impacted by Build over the years. Check out what went down.
Today we're here to celebrate 10 amazing years of Brothers United in leadership development, just literally celebrating building community over the past decade in South Seattle and around. And so we're here because who doesn't love a good party? Who doesn't love a good shade of blue? But also just to come together and celebrate the founders, the mentors, our partners, and the community who has supported everything that we do.
I started doing community work when I was like 24 years old. My brother passed away in 2004. And then in 2013, my cousin committed suicide. And there's so much stuff impacting black men and boys. And I work for the city, and other people work for the city and the county and different organizations. But there's a lot of red and blue tape in those organizations. And we're just like, let's just come together. We don't need a bunch of money. We just come together. We got enough, a lot of resources, and build our relationships and do a lot of community work. So that's really what it was. It's like, hey, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of trying to go through all these hoops and meeting to meet. Let's all come together, get some brothers that are really serious about doing something. Number one, really focus on our relationships, but also do some good in the community. So 10 years later, here we are.
Andre said, let's get together, let's do some work, because pretty much most of us work for the city or entities such as like the city that handcuff you sometimes when you're working with young people and you want to say, hey, we need to do this, and they say, nah, we got to let you do that because we don't want anything to go here or there. And so we decided to do some work, man, guerrilla style, in the community. We didn't want no grants. We didn't want nothing that was going to hold us back and limit us from doing the work we wanted to do, we knew needed to be done. Build is important because the members of Build, the brothers and our affiliations, man, come from all sorts of backgrounds. We got cats who came up with no father, just a father. No parents, both parents. We got cats that's been locked up and out, and now doing their thing, man. And so we just loving life, man. Like I said, Build is important because we touch everybody in the community. Everything about Build is everything about community.
We've always had like the urban leagues and the NAACPs and things like that. Often we didn't have something that was really grassroots for us, and you never saw somebody who actually lived in the community and also served the community. It might have been a transplant who was like, this is the work I do, or somebody who's like super older than you, where you're like, you don't even know like what we went through and how to relate. So to see somebody who grew up in the community, who has been involved in a lot of what we all went through, whether good or bad, and can actually relate to what you're talking about, relate to who you grew up with, understand some of the traumas that we've been through, but also understands a lot of the joys that we've been through, is huge, because then people see themselves in you.
I think I do what I do, one, like I said, for the legacy of my brother. I lost my brother. I think there's so many black folks don't ever get an opportunity to find out what their gift is. And if they do find their gift, they don't get an opportunity to share it with the world. And so I feel like this is partially my gift, so I'm trying to share who I am with the world. But also I think we're really our answer. I think we're the answer. If we're waiting from some institution, some organization, or anybody to come save us, I think we need to just have our own resiliency, build our relationships, and do what we do. So I feel like if a young kid from the South End that went to 10 schools between kindergarten and 12th grade could build something like this with a team around them, then anybody can. So it's kind of like trying to be the example for other folks to do what they do.
Brothers United in Leadership Development is a grassroots organization with the vision that Black men are empowered leaders and mentors who make positive changes in our community by instilling pride, hope, and perseverance in Black men. They focus on civic engagement, leadership development, mentoring, and community partnerships throughout the greater Seattle area. To learn more about Build 206, head over to build206.com. Recently, one of Seattle's most iconic poets hosted a book reading and signing event in Pioneer Square at Tazewera. Rajani Edens, founder of the Poetry Experience, shared words from his book in the coded language of this moral tongue amongst an audience of artists, friends, and fans. The event showcased the power of his words, accompanied by live instrumental performances. Let's take a look at what went down.
Today we're having a blessing of a performance with musical accompaniment, poetry. I'll be sharing some excerpts from my text, Their Names Are Mine, and in the coded language of the Smoto tongue, along with the fabulous local violinist Akua Kariamu, here at the wonderful Taswira, owned by Avery Barnes, Black-owned business. So it's just black on black on black on black.
I'm so happy to be collaborating with individuals on an event titled Value of Our Stories with Rajani Edens. When I just flipped through his book for the first time, and when I watched the videos on his page, the way that he left on everyone, I think that what I try to display visually, he tells through his art and his poetry.
So we held a space this morning for a gathering of about 26 plus students from North Seattle Community College, Middle College, which I was my Middle College graduate alumni from campus of Seattle Central, as well as Ida B. Wells School for Social Justice. So it was a blessing to have the youth in the space. We're having an event this evening now that's more open to the community, where we're sharing excerpts from my text, mainly inspired by the need to confront white supremacy and affirm mutual humanity from Africa to the present. So a lot of my work is thematically based around celebrating and honoring Black people while finding ways to sensitize human beings across the spectrum to the value of shared humanity from Africa to the present.
I am Lily Msibi. I'm a South African Seattle-based artist. I've been in clinical mental health for the last couple of years, so I've actually just made a recent career pivot into becoming an artist full-time. I've been an artist basically my whole life. I took it in school, I published some artworks back at school, back home, before I moved here. Haven't made an artwork until now. And I just recently decided that it's time to put myself out there as an artist. So yeah, this is my first time ever just putting my art up and putting it in the gallery, putting it in such a public space and enjoying what that is so far looking like.
My favorite piece is from Lele. The piece in itself is gorgeous. I managed to have a really deep look at it, and she told me that it took her like 2,000 hours to do it. I mean, her time and her effort is one thing, but then to see her mind and what it translates to on paper is really, really something she should be exceptionally proud of. I'm South African originally, but I live in Tanzania, in Dar es Salaam, for 20 years now. It's become my home. It's where I raised my children, and it's where I have my life. I work in media. I also work in production, and I'm a very new author, something which I'm hoping that is going to be an extension and a continuation of my career. So the book is called The Life in My Men. It's a dedication to my daughter, actually. I wanted to give her a little manual on how to deal with men out there. But it's a great manual. It's a celebration of men. You know, everybody keeps asking me, oh, is it a gossip book? Is it, you know, and it's actually nothing like that. It is focusing on men's mental health and their journey through life. And I just feel that we are in such a beautiful time right now where women are owning their power and finding their space. And I feel because of that, a lot of men might feel lost.
Haswira, we spell it in all caps for a reason, because it's an acronym. It stands for Transformative Action for Sustainable Women's Initiatives and Resources in Africa. Often as we change our exhibits, as often as we rotate artists, rotate artifact exhibitions, we also are an event space where you can hold your own events in an atmosphere that gives you the same exact feeling that we're experiencing tonight. And so for us to be able to provide this experience for you is what we're here for.
I honestly can't remember where I was during that day, but I'm kicking myself in the tush for not making it to this event. It was clearly filled with talented artists and amazing people, and I'm so happy my girl Abby was able to experience this while she was still in town before heading back to Tanzania. To keep up with Rajani and his upcoming events, head over to RajaniEdins.com, and you can visit Tajwera at 510 Occidental Ave in Seattle. We're off to another commercial break, but when we come back, we're joined by Traveling While Black's Marley and Anthony Love. You're watching Back to Besa. Welcome back to Back2Besa. It's the third Saturday of the month, and that means our friends Marley and Anthony Love from Traveling While Black are back with more recommendations of things to do to live your best life. But this time, they're taking us to Quito, Ecuador. Check out what they loved most about their trip and why they advise we check out the vibes for ourselves.
Hey, what's up, Besa? We're back again with some more TWB approved recommendations.
Yes, and instead of our 4 usual recommendations, we're giving you one special recommendation that is international.
Yep, and that international destination is Quito, Ecuador. We recently took a trip and we thought it would be so dope to show y'all our experience in case you're planning any international trips next year.
Yes, and if you want the very full rundown, you can also check out our YouTube episode this week, and we hope you enjoy this experience. Have you heard the city that sits in the clouds?
Here's how I felt visiting Quito, Ecuador as a black traveler.
Sitting at 9,350 feet above sea level, the Ecuadorian capital is truly a city in the clouds. We spent a couple days in the city getting to experience its historic beauty and vibrant culture.
Our trip was arranged by Metropolitan Touring. When we arrived at our hotel accommodations, right away we knew trusting Metropolitan for hooking up our Quito experience was the right choice.
We stayed at the historic Casa Gangotina, a beautiful boutique hotel situated in the heart of Quito's famed Old Town, overlooking Plaza San Francisco.
To experience real Quito and its authentic culture, we took the Old Town Quito Walking Tour, which was created by a grassroots local neighborhood organization. So the tour is led by a true Quito resident guide.
The tour was amazing. It took us through the nearby streets, stopping to meet artisans, shopkeepers, hat makers, and even sweet confectioners. We even enjoyed an authentic Ecuadorian lunch. Have you ever tried lamb's blood with potato soup?
It was so mind-blowing to experience up close some of the well-preserved historic churches that date back to the 16th century. It's easy to understand why Quito is one of 2 UNESCO World Heritage Sites that exist within Ecuador, making the country one of the largest and best restored historical centers in the Americas.
Yes, once again in Ecuador we had a blast, but how was our experience visiting Quito as a black traveler? The people and the owners of the shops we encountered on the tour all greeted us with smiles and were all really welcoming.
Of course, the folks running the walking tour and representing Metropolitan Tours were also amazing. Just as amazing was learning about the Afro-Ecuadorian community.
We had dinner with 2 community activists working to improve the connection between the Afro community across the country. They informed us about the current impactful issues facing the community and even broke down the history of Afro-Ecuadorians to the country.
Did you know that the first group of enslaved Africans arrived to the country in 1553 when a slave ship bound for Peru was stranded off the coast? These Africans actually escaped and formed maroon settlements in Esmeraldas, which became a safe haven for those fleeing slavery.
Yes, our comfort level was pretty high thanks to those encounters.
That's why for our trip to Quito, we give a 4 out of 5 for comfortability for black people.
You can see a full overview of our experience at each on our YouTube channel, Traveling While Black, and on our TikTok page at TWB Seattle.
Until next time, beautiful people, stay up, stay true, and do you.
I'm telling you, Marley and Anthony Love stay putting us on each time they come on the show, and I'm so happy to have them be part of Back2Besa. To see more of their recommendations, head on over to travelingwhileblackseattle.com. We're off to another commercial break, but when we come back, we hear from Pacific Northwest Ballet's Destiny Wimpy for this week's Youth Unfiltered.
Look around. What do you see? You see our perseverance. You see our history, our joy. You see us guiding all that is culture and giving the whole world its sense of cool, an unwavering, an unapologetic, an unbothered sense of cool. With us, everything is wrapped in love. Here we celebrate, because here, black is forever. Make this Black Friday, Black Friday.
Kick off the holidays with Irving Berlin's White Christmas at the Fifth Avenue Theater. Music, dancing, and a real snowfall at every performance. Buy tickets now for the whole family. White Christmas at fifthavenue.org.
What I would say to that future entrepreneur is self-care. I think that the process of building a business and wearing all the hats that come with that can be very challenging. And sometimes we miss out on really cool, important opportunities with people we love and within our community. And although we make an impact as entrepreneurs, to people in our community, especially like with our families, like not only from a financial standpoint, but just from them seeing you live your dreams, it can inspire the people in your house and the folks around you. But I also think that entrepreneurship can be hard, and sometimes you don't think about taking care of yourself. And I think that should be something that's planned from the very beginning when you start to think about owning a business.
The new COVID-19 updated booster provides the best protection available right now. So don't wait. Stay safe this summer and get your updated booster today. To find a free vaccine provider near you, go to kingcounty.gov/vaccine.
Welcome back to Back2Besa. It's time for Youth Unfiltered. And in case you missed it, it's officially Nutcracker season here in Seattle at the Pacific Northwest Ballet. And I'm sure you've seen the commercials on the show by now. But did you know that I caught up with PNB's Destiny Wimpy not too long ago, who you can see dancing in the Nutcracker over at McCall Hall? One of the things I talked to Destiny about is what it means to her to be a Black ballerina.
So what does it mean to you to be a Black ballerina? In this day and age at that?
Yeah. I mean, it means a lot to me, but I think the biggest thing, kind of what I hinted at before, is just giving back. And making sure that while I am succeeding and, meeting my goals, that I also help other people get there too. So whether that's just being a face that they see on the stage, and whether that's tackling roles like, Amanda Morgan, being able to do so many different roles this year, and just being such an inspiration to people, like seeing that is what they really need, and it's what I need. So I think just being more of that for other people, I mean, it means a lot to me, but I think that's the biggest thing for me, really being able to show people that you can do this and that you can be in this position too with hard work.
And I also asked Destiny, what is a misconception about being a ballerina?
What would be your one misconception of being a ballerina?
Man, I agree with Gina. It's that it's like, it's just like, oh, we get to dress up. We come to work and we dress up and we get on the stage, but there's so much behind that. And it's not just hard physically, it's hard mentally. So you really have to be a strong person, and also like the discipline aspect of it too. You have to be so disciplined, but that's what I think I love about ballet dancers in general, or any dancers. Like we're so disciplined because of what we do, and we bring that to the outside world too. Like everything that we do, we go for it, we work hard for it. And so I think it's just a great way to kind of grow up and kind of live.
You can see Destiny Wimpy performing in the Pacific Northwest Ballet's Nutcracker over at McCall Hall from now all the way to December 27th. We're off to our last commercial break, but when we come back, it's time for Affirmation of the Week. You're watching Back2Besa. Welcome back to Back2Besa. Each week we like to end the show with an affirmation. This week's affirmation is, I give and receive freely, generously, with an open heart and an open mind. Every time I give to others, it is a gift to myself. As I give, I receive. And as I said during Seattle Seahawks Geno Smith turkey giveaway, you don't have to have it all together to give. You just have to be a cheerful giver. Sometimes giving back can be in the form of time while feeding the unhoused, or it can be by simply giving a smile to someone that's having a bad day. What's important is that you're giving from a pure heart, and you're giving because it's something you truly want to do. You never know how you can change someone's day or turn someone's life around by simply giving back to your community in a cheerful way. Now that's it for this week's episode of Back to Besa. If you have anything you want me to know about, shoot me an email at back2besa@whereweconverge.com and catch me in Seattle on Hits 106.1 weekdays 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. and in Portland Saturdays 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Jammin' 107.5. Thank you for watching, and as usual, have an amazing rest of your day, and of course, keep that energy high.